And joining us are the winners here in game number 1, quarterfinal number 1, the Texans. They improved to 31-3. They'll move on to play tomorrow night in semifinal number 1 at 6 o'clock. Coach, we'll let you start things off. Opening comments. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. First, I'll give God all the glory for the victory. Mount Olive, we give them a lot of credit. They have a great basketball team, and hats off to them on a tremendous year. And they did just an outstanding bunch of young men and character men, and Coach does a great job. So we want to give our hats off to Mount Olive. I thought our guys came out, and we were a little bit shell-shocked in the first 5 minutes, and I think you got to be careful on that in this Elite Eight, because the first 5 are very important. But I thought our kids really fought back, and we got we got ourselves under control and let the nerves kind of settle us into the game. And then I thought we played Tarleton basketball, and we got on the defensive end and really worked hard on the defensive end, try to control the backboards, and then get some shots in, because they shot the ball so well the first half, and we missed a bunch of layups the first half, and that's just, I think it's nerves, and I just thought we really got going on this thing on the defensive end. So very proud of our young men. They've worked very, very hard, and these teams are also great once you get here, and it's just a time where you're in awe of everything that's going on, and we're very proud of what we've accomplished today.
Thank you, Coach. And as you can see, our student athletes joining us on the dais is Deshaun Riddick, Michael Harge, and Nosa Ewumi. And I hope I was very close in saying that. So let's go ahead. When you ask a question, please state your name and your affiliation, and we'll start off in the back on the platform.
That's Coach Creighton Rav, SpinRank.com. Now you had a stretch in the second half where your defense just literally shut down Mount Olive. They missed 11 straight field goal attempts. I mean, really talk about the difference between the first half and that second half, especially defensively.
Well, I thought the first half we really were not. I think we were very nervous. We hadn't worked our way into the game. We made some adjustments at halftime. Our program is built on defense, and if you followed us, and we knew if we could get our defense to where, and we had so many walkthroughs and working on our game plan. We just had to engage our game plan, and once we engaged our game plan, then I felt like we really got into the game the way we wanted to play. And you can look at a lot of people on tape, ladies and gentlemen. You can look at a lot of people on tape, but you still cannot see the individual talent at times. And when you get up close and you see it, there's some in-game adjustments you must make because of what you don't see on tape. And I thought we made those in-game adjustments at halftime.
Go ahead, right here.
Brad King, the Flash and signal. Deshaun, the stretch where you came in, Mobley was in some foul trouble, and y'all went through the rotation of you and Harge on the floor together late in the first half when you got the lead. Talk about what was going on through your mind as a freshman coming into that situation with Mo going to the bench 2 fouls.
My thing was just to come in and play, just try and play within the system, and me and Mike, we play well together, so we feed off each other. And Coach told me before this whole thing started that I wasn't a freshman anymore, now I'm a sophomore, so it was time to step up. That's pretty much it.
Noza, talk a little bit about your game today. Obviously, getting some points and doing a lot of little things defensively.
From the beginning of the game, we just wanted to come out with a lot of energy. And Mount Olive was a great team, and we were just trying to match the intensity they had in the beginning of the game, and we just happened to hit some shots to help us out.
Go ahead in the back.
Coach, just to follow up, you had 7 different players scoring at least 6 points. I don't think too many people familiar with your team would have expected Nosa to hit those 3 triples during the game. I mean, how big is it to have all that depth and the different offensive weapons there?
Well, it's been that way for us all year. And when we were in here on the media yesterday, I was telling everybody that you just can't key on one of our players. Somebody's going to step up. We've had balanced scoring all year, if you look at it, and you never know who the person's going to be, because the way we run our offense is just who is going to be open in the offense by somebody penetrating, hitting somebody. You got a pick and roll. You have our sets that we're looking at, and we're very unselfish. I'm looking down here tonight. I guess we had 15 assists. No, we had 11 assists, and and some of those were missed in the first half when we missed some really crucial layups in the first half. And so I just like the way our guys hung in there. They continue to look for each other. They continue to be very unselfish, and that's the way we've been most of all season.
Go ahead.
Mike Harge, 10 or 14 from the free throw line. Tell me, but you looked like the times there when you knew they were getting in some fouls early in the second half, that you were trying to get them into the bonus and trying to get the shot. Was that a big part of your kind of mindset there?
I mean, it's always been a big part of my mindset. You win games at the free throw line, definitely. And I just feel like me being aggressive and trying to get to the rim and drawing fouls helps my team out as much. I mean, free throws free, so you might as well get as many as you can. Heard from this man.
Go ahead.
Chris Brownsville, T2TV.com. For Coach, I know you were here on Springfield back in 05 and 06. Can you just tell us a little something about what it's like for you to be back at the Elite Eight after, well, not a drought, but a few years of being away?
Well, it might be a drought, I'll tell you, because you feel like that. I mean, I'm not getting any younger, that's for sure. And I don't think people realize how hard it is to get here. I mean, you have to go through a lot to get here. And you know, we've been close. We were in a regional final in 08. We lost at the buzzer on a three-point shot. And, you know, we've been into the semis and haven't quite got to the Sweet 16. And it's just very tough to get here. And it makes you really appreciate, as you grow older like I have, it makes you appreciate what you, the blessings that you've been given to get to this point in time, especially with a great group of kids. Not that I've had great groups of kids. And our program, you can look back and it seems to be one of the top 10 programs in the nation every year. But your ultimate goal is, can you get to the Elite Eight? And very proud that we have that opportunity. And yes, it's been a little bit of a drought. And I'll tell you what, when you go back to back, you think it's easy when you're young. I found out the last few years it's not that easy. And it makes you appreciate it a lot more when you get here.
Go ahead.
Coach, last week we got to ask you what it was like to sit there with two seniors on either side
Yep.
in the regional. What's it like having, with all due respect to Mike, what's it like having two freshmen up there?
I don't know, it might make me want to coach a little longer. I'm not sure. Because you know, I'm looking at these guys over here and have two freshmen on the floor. And Mike has been you know, an inspirational leader and a good man to follow and learn from Mike. And he's a quality human being. And you know, I just can't say enough. I told him they're not freshmen anymore, though. Sean's right. I told him after the game and before the game, you played 33 games. Don't tell me you're a freshman. You're a sophomore now. I think he took that upon himself and took it to heart tonight and went out there and played like a sophomore and played, you know, just played tremendous.
Any other questions for Coach or our student athletes? Go ahead.
This is for Michael or any of the players. Paul Booker, NCAA.com. Coach talked a little bit about the nerves. Just playing through that and being able to win today, does that help you a lot to feel for the rest of the tournament?
I mean, it definitely, sorry, I'll speak. I definitely think it was, I mean, we were nervous, not really nervous. I mean, we've had a week off. We've been anxious to play. We came here 2 days ago, got a little feel for the arena a little bit. I mean, a long week off makes you want to play more, and I mean, some of us had a hard time sleeping last night because we were so anxious and ready to play. But I mean, it's part of the game of basketball. I mean, you're gonna get anxious, especially on a big stage like this. But you know, you just gotta play through it.
Any other questions? Congratulations, Coach. We'll be available outside the locker room if there's any other